fantastic. Let's go look at the ocean as well since we're near it and check. There it is. Oh my god, the loading is just terrible in 1.9. So this one's got a gold block in it. So they do have a variety of different blocks that spawn. This one's got 2 zombie spawners. Nice. So it seems to be working. Where was that one we saw earlier? It's over here, right? Ugh, look at this. Anyway, okay, let's go look at the ocean and see if we can spot some ocean dungeons. Because we want to see whether they're still... Because before they were spawning, like, always just below the surface of the water, and it wasn't very nice. Hopefully now we'll get them at different heights. If the land would just load. Polyboy says this module is better than a lot of dungeon mods. Well, thank you. I think it's pretty good. I'm quite happy with it. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Going over to deep ocean. I just heard a noise then. We saw desert temples earlier, but I don't... Can we teleport back there? This is the place to look, because this is right by the edge of the ocean. And I remember seeing some spawn last time. Theoretically, they should always spawn in the same spot. Theoretically. Yeah, that one there is an emerald block. We saw that one earlier. It's a mess of caves. Hello Indigo, welcome to the stream. We are dungeon hunting. Kind of surprised we haven't seen any yet. I didn't... Oh, I see an armor stand. No, I don't. Did we accidentally turn off ocean dungeons when we turned on desert dungeons? No Nines says, shouldn't ocean dungeons not at all spawn in the ocean now? No, because it shouldn't trigger in water. We theoretically do the dungeon check before we fill the caves with water, so they should be able to spawn. I don't see any ocean dungeons. And I thought there were some around here before. So I'm going to head back over to the redstone. We're going to see if I broke something. Dungeon 2. I'm going to put a little sail on here as well. When was the last time any of this ran? 2206. Okay. Dungeon 3. If I hang on 1 second. Summon armor stand tags test. I'm wondering whether it's retaining its tag. Right, there's our test armor stand. Turn this thing off for a second. Scoreboard. Players tag at ER equals 2 list. It's got a tag called test. Okay, now if we entity data it, test 2, and we do another check. Okay, so it's not like we're giving it the dungeon 2 tag and then it retains its dungeon 1 tag. We are overwriting it. So that checks for water. 1 block cloned. Okay. This sets it to dungeon 2. It finds at least 55 blocks of water. Custom name GM4 dungeon 2. Tags GM4 dungeon 2. This executes on GM4. Oh. We want to do that last. After we check for dungeon 2. What's going on here? Okay, hang on. So, we check for water. We change its name to dungeon 2. Then we execute on all dungeons to execute on small dungeon 1. Right. So we don't want to do this yet, because we haven't checked for the dungeon 3 yet. And then here we execute on dungeon 2. Score GM for DS min equals 1. To execute at E name equals 2. Right, okay. And then that's checking for the sandstone. So I think this one needs to go on the end here when all other dungeon types have been checked for. And let me move all this over. Okay, I guess we'll try again then. I think what might have been happening there is that I don't even know. I don't pretend to know what's going on here. I'm sorry. Gonna do another prune. Probably shouldn't have logged out. I've lost the coordinates now. Okay. $3,200 minus 700. Okay. Keep our eyes peeled. We should be right by an ocean at this coordinate. In the positive X. This way. Yeah, there's the ocean. Spawned ocean dungeon. That's promising. Did we get any spawned desert dungeon? Not that I can see. Don't see any ocean dungeons. They weren't spawning in the desert again, were they? I hate how the chunks just don't load. It doesn't help that I'm streaming, but still. Caves are being filled with water. Oh, there's... Oh, that's the mine shaft. What the... Oh, that's lava inside water. So what is purple over there? Somewhere it's spawning ocean dungeons. I don't see any though. Oh, armor stand. Anytime today. Okay, well that's just a regular dungeon. Just disappointing. Where are all these ocean dungeons it says it's spawning? Here's one. Oh no, it's just a mine shaft. Ugh. The mine shafts are very tricksy. I'm really unsure whether this is working or not. I need to like be automatically teleported to the dungeons when they generate or something. Is that one? Yeah, that's one. Okay, well that's good news. It did spawn in an ocean. Okay, I'm gonna say that the system works. I wish I could find these ones that it said it spawned earlier. Well, you know what? TP sparks at R C equals 1 name equals GM4 dungeon 3 dungeon 2. Nope. Okay, so we've got one here. Oh, okay, right, that's ours. Apparently it's the only one. Well, of course now it's the only one. We've unloaded the other area. Or did we? Here's one at 3,000 minus 800. I think this is the other one we already saw. This one might be... Is this one different? There are only 2 loaded. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna add a TP so we can see them as they spawn to check what they're doing. I guess I'm going to get rid of this one. Oh, I just made a mess, didn't I? Yep. Okay. And we want to add the kill command again. This summons the spawners. I turned these off while I was testing. And there should be a kill command as well. Apparently there's no kill command. Oh, this is the ocean dungeon, right? Okay, let's try that. Prune time. The endless testing. And we've lost our teleport coordinate again. Let me get that back. Minus 3,000, 3,000 minus 800. Head towards the positive X. Spawned desert. There's one. Look at it. It's so pretty. This one's got stone in it. That's like a dud. That's actually quite rare to get those, or it should be quite rare to get them. So good, we're getting biome-specific dungeons spawning. Yay! Yay! And there should be an ocean over here. Hopefully. Yeah, there's one. So in a moment, if we're lucky, we're going to get teleported as one of these ocean temple spawns. Nothing yet. I do quite like the prismarine mine shafts. Claret says, if it doesn't take 100 tries, you're doing it wrong. Too true. I had expected them to be a bit more frequent, but maybe that's my fault. I'd like them to be fairly frequent because it encourages exploration and caving and stuff and things. Not a single one yet. Oh, I thought I saw some armor stands for a moment there. I'm slightly... Do you reckon that's the trying to work out whether a dungeon can spawn here armor stands? That then decide it's not a valid space. Oh, we got a sponge message. Oh, hello. You got... Oh, is that two? No, it's just spawned right next to a dungeon there. Oh, and another one. Okay, now they're coming thick and fast. There's the other one over there. There's one there. Okay, well, that's looking pretty promising. I think they might be a little rare, but we are getting them. Good. And they're at different heights as well. So this one here, no caves below it, so it's spawning in the right spot. This one here, no caves below it. Yeah, looking pretty nice. Pretty sharp. That's a really integrated one, isn't it? You can see that from all sorts of angles. Yeah, it's looking like it's working. Good. No Nanza wonders if the dungeon generator is still seed specific. As far as I'm aware, it is. Okay, cool. Mission successful. We've got proper sensible dungeon spawning. And by improper and sensible, I mean improper and... Yeah. Oh, there's another one. Got a new one. Yay. I still have to put chests in the ocean dungeons. But, yeah, cool. There's another one. So, yeah, they're here and there. Oh, you can see this one from the surface. If you try really hard. I have night vision, so... Makes it a bit easier to spot. That's fine if you can occasionally see them from above. Generally, I think... The thing is, like, caving in oceans is going to be a nightmare because it's all flooded. On one hand, there's no mobs. On the other hand, it is flooded. So we need incentives for people to go caving in oceans. So I think having quite a lot of these dungeons is handy. It's nice. And they are generating, so hopefully they generate in ocean caves. We get weird little cobblestone shapes over time underwater when the lava goes ahead and does things with the water. And you get things like this. Oh, it just caught up. Okay. Cool. Chest decoration. Chest filling. That's the last thing to do, really, apart from stuff we've already shown on camera, like adding spawners, different sets of spawners, and converting the tower design over, which we've kind of shown on stream before, so I think I'm going to do this off camera. So I guess it's just chest population to go. Maybe we can make a start on that in the stream, and then, ugh, that was horrible. I'll sort of finish off the repetitive bits off stream. We'll see if there's any ways we can improve it. I don't know if there is. I barely understand how it works. Crazy Man wrote an algorithm for it. Algorithm always makes me think of Al Gore. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but it shouldn't. Bad sparks. So, more of a gameplay question for you guys. Do you think that... What are the advantages to flooded caves. I mean, I think it looks cool, but from a gameplay perspective, the mine shafts do offer a source of prismarine. You can also get sea lanterns from them. I've replaced cobwebs with sea lanterns. So they're, you know, you can go looking for those. Do you think people will actually use them? I feel like if I was playing, although I don't really play much survival anymore, would you go caving with like water breathing and depth strider and aqua affinity helmets and stuff in underwater caves? Is it too much hassle? Is it easier because there's no mobs? Do we need to make it more interesting? I'd like to get sponge patches spawning underwater. We've been having some trouble with that. And it might be something we need to look at again. I think we might have another go at spawning the sponge based on the new height detection system, because I think the occasional small sponge patch might just make it worth it. But I'm just wondering how you guys think caving in flooded caves would actually work in survival gameplay, because that's what we're aiming to do. So Larat says, takes lots of enchants and potions to get into easily and gives the reward of no mobs and nice blocks. It's true. I think that the caves looked amazing when we replaced all stone with prismarine, but I don't want to make prismarine that common a block, because it's going to reduce the requirement for guardian farms, and I think guardian farms are a very nice big project for survival players to tackle, so I wouldn't really want to take away the need for that if I can avoid it, which is a shame because the prismarine caves under oceans looked amazing. Oh look, we've got a regular dungeon over here, which is interesting because I would have said that's an okay place for a ocean dungeon to spawn, but it's okay. Not the end of the world. Minecraft sucks at generating things in the right place anyway. It's a shame, yeah, it's a shame that squid don't spawn in caves underground, because they can only spawn at certain heights, and that's too low for them. I'd like to have the occasional shulker, maybe. Sorry, not shulker, guardian. Okay. So we were having trouble with sponge patches before because... What the? Okay. Wasn't me. Yeah, the sponge patches weren't generating. I don't remember. I think it was the same issue we were having with the structures where they weren't. Do you think that these things should have sponge in them? I don't know why I haven't thought of this before, but I feel like maybe this would be a good dungeon for sponge. A spongeon. Spongeon. I'm thinking of calling this system, currently it's called Dangerous Dungeon, because there's only one dungeon, but I'm kind of tempted to call it Fungeons. Fungeons. Because Fungeons just sounds great. The other one would be Get Your Dunge On, but that sounds a little bit silly. That's an interestingly spawned one there. Okay. I'm going to take another look at that sponge generation thing. I don't remember how it generates. I believe it's part of the ocean terrain system. Probably further down. I don't remember how it's trying to... I think currently it's trying to place the sponges at a very specific height. Yeah, here we go. So it's filling the water first. Then it's summoning an armor stand at exactly Y10 called GM4 Sponge Sauce. If there is air, which there wouldn't be because we used the fill water command just beforehand. That's probably why it's not working very well. Scoreboard players tag at E equals 1. So add GM4 Sponge. Say found water. And then type arms down. Teleported up 5 blocks. Teleport up 5 blocks. I don't know if this is actually going to help at all. It looks like it does check several heights. But again, we can change this out for the button system if we turned it into, rather than making it a terrain change, make it a structure. Then we could do it before the water was placed. Sponge source, summon bat, custom name GM4 sponge spawn, GM4 sponge spawn, summon bat, yeah, and then the bats are controlled by this clock down here, which should be running. Yeah, it's running. Okay, before I kill it, I'm going to teleport myself to it, and we'll see if we can spot any. Now I've changed that out. And I'm going to get rid of the TP from Dungeon 3. Dungeon 2, sorry. Prune time! Pruned. And we're going to go straight to a large ocean this time. I'm going to go with 1,700, 1,000. TP 1,700, 1,000. And hopefully we'll find some sponges, maybe? Maybe. I honestly don't know how common they're going to be. I mean, I've seen it announce sponge once, but that might be because we had the water check instead of the air check. I don't think we're doing it right by generating the sponges as terrain instead of structure. I think it needs to be processed before terrain. Because it's not really working too well. I feel like there should be more sponges. I'd expected more. I don't know. Not seeing any at the moment. Little Mamuse thinks I added an extra space to the TP command. I think the stream's getting a little bit delayed. There's a dungeon. But we're not getting any spongin. Oh, I thought we got teleported then, but we didn't. We just flew into a cave. Huh. Not seeing anything. I think we're going to have to change it out to be a structure instead of a part of the terrain system, which is kind of weird because it's not a man-made structure. It's more of a natural structure, but there you go. Okay, well, let's give up the hunt for now. And look at chest population, I guess. So sadly, I don't think we can use loot tables. They can't be made seed specific, which I don't like. Because the whole, like, the goal of this is to make it all seed specific, just because it's cool. Oh, this has been having a field day, hasn't it? Okay, right, so GM4 spawners 1, we've dealt with that. Spawners 2 I'm going to leave there for now. And then spawn chests. So spawn chests, I believe, is responsible for generating 3 ID numbers for the chest, or 4 ID numbers. 4 ID numbers for the chest, and those 4 ID numbers represent the items that will go in these 4 slots, I think. See you later, right? Thanks for watching. So let's make a clone of this. Over to here. All right. Oh, I only cloned the top half there. My bad. Wow, this is going great. Little Mummy says they could if you use the height of the loot table's spawning seed. I think what you mean by that is set the height of the chest to be the seed ID of the chest. Well, the problem is that we would need 256 or realistically like 100 command blocks, because we can't just insert the scoreboard value of its height into the MBT data. We will have to insert each case as it exists. Okay. Sparks as in a percentage, how much of Orbis do you think is done? 75, 80% maybe? We've literally got that to convert, which the towers, and that's it, I think. We're nearly done. What I still want to add is another question. And plus, it's going to take long to coil all this up and things like that. But what I'm doing is I'm creating a sort of a dev release, a beta release of all this for people who want to design extra things with it, because I know there are people out there who want to do that. And while that is out, people will possibly spot bugs and things, which will help me, and I'll sort of create a proper polished release as that goes on. Okay, so GM4 spawn chests 1. There's actually only one kind of chest at the moment, but who knows, we may want others in the future. So summon armor stand, custom name, GM4 spawn chests 1, custom name visible 1, no gravity 1. Okay. I'm going to turn this off for a bit. Alright. I believe we're currently trying to populate the chests using spawn chests with a capital S, so we need to change that out in the dungeons. Dungeon 3... Does Dungeon 3 actually ask for spawn chests? Because Dungeon 3 doesn't have chests yet. Oh no, it does. Dungeon 2 doesn't. GM4 spawn chests 1. Block it to auto. Spawn chests 1. Okay. I'm gonna put the Dungeon 2 armor stand back in here. Oh, there's okay. Going through the ceiling. GM4 Dungeon 2? This is Dungeon 2, right? I think it's Dungeon 2. Okay, that generated a new dungeon, and there are no chests in this dungeon either. It's Dungeon 3 I want, isn't it? Dungeon 3. Okay, and we did get the message from this one and from this one. And we also want to stop it from summoning any more chest armor stands, because they currently don't get killed. Okay. John Paul, I don't understand why you have so many conditional command blocks in your redstone in your command blocks. You're talking about how coiling is an issue for your agricrafter. I very rarely use conditional command blocks. They're not for multiplayer things. I don't find they're often very necessary. Okay. Okay, so right. Spawn chests 1. So what are we doing? First, we are setting the custom chest. Okay, so it looks like we're using stats. Yeah, that's right. We're using the bedrock to decide what template chest we have. So this is the first chance for us to change up the value of these dungeons a bit. So currently there are several base chests with things like rotten flesh and bread and bones and stuff like that in. So it's sort of like just junk to kind of fill out the chests a little bit. And they're kind of crap. Like they aren't really valuables, and I think maybe we should make them a little bit more valuable. So we're going to change that to GM4DS, which we've already got as a thing. Is GM4DS added by... Yeah, see, I think that should be added by the base if it's being used by 2 modules. I guess they can both individually add it. We'll do it that way. Oh. And GM4 chest pop. That sounds suspiciously like it's used by this system. Okay, well, we'll leave that for a second. Are they called cust chest? They are. They even have the stupid capitalization, which I'm going to change now. Do I want to change that now? Do all of these reference it? No, they don't. They don't reference it. Okay. In which case I'm going to change it. Because we're supposed to be keeping to the correct capitalization. Oh, it was dust chest. Oops. Activate these again. Resummon. Okay. Linked, thank you for following us on Beam. Jumpot, there are a very is saying that I should be generating something which handles conditionals in coiling the command blocks, but there are very few of them, and they're at the very beginning. So considering that this is going to go 16 blocks in this direction before it turns, I think we're going to be okay. Like, they're very, very rarely used. Okay, so we are setting that. That should be 0 at the end, shouldn't it? Do you know where that 0 went? We're also going to change it to tag equals GM4 cust chest, and we're going to tag them. Like that, and respawn them. Thug life, just breaking through the walls. What? I think I pushed the wrong button there. Okay, So we set it to 0, then we're going to set the affected block stat, I believe. Name tag equals GM4 cast chest. Set affected blocks at EC equals 1, type equals armor stand can become R equals 0, GM4 DS. Good. This is doing what we did earlier with spawners. So it's going to clone bedrock levels 0 to 4 to itself, which will give us a score. So get rid of the Minecraft colon. Okay, so reset that. And if we push this button, this button, nothing happens. Good. That'd be why. Okay, so one's got a score of 2 and the other one's got a score of 0, so that's the amount of bedrock below them. I'm going to set up some sample chests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like so. And we're going to go... Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to create every combination of bedrock here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hang on, binary, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I've got more combinations than 8 here. Do I only use 8? I just remember there being 8. I don't know why. I'm not dropping many frames in OBS, no. I feel like either there were 4 chest types or there were 16. Because I don't have enough space for all the combinations here. How many were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so there are only 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 combinations? Do I just not use? More? Like, what? There should be more combinations in this set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, So I missed one. Oh, I guess 0 as well. No bedrock. Right, you know what? 0, 1, 2, 3. I'm usually better than this, honest. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. I'm just smart like that. So that's the 8 different combinations of bedrock that you can get, 0 to 7. Ignore me. So I'm just going to summon a armor stand at each of these. Hopefully I can fit that into my chat. Nope. Damn it. Okay, hopefully those are actually in the chest. If not, we'll find out in a second. Okay, right. So we've done that, I think. 0 to 4. No, 2 to 4, sorry. 2, 3, 4. Then we clear the affected block stat, which we did in the other thing as well. Tag equals gm4 cust chest, clear affected blocks. And then we put our first chest type in here. Execute at e type equals armor stand, name equals gm4 cust chest, score gm4 ds type equals 0. Lots to change there. Des cust chest tag type equals armor stand. Block data that. Okay, so that one's just got items in it, and all the others. These two have items in. That's interesting. Oh. I wasn't expecting both of them to have it. Score gm4 ds equals 0. The check is being done between 2 and 4. I know what I've done. I've done it between 1 and 3. Yeah, that's what I've done. Well, that didn't work. Fine, I'll just do it by hand. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the kind of crap that we're getting in these chests at the moment, by the way. That's better. Okay. So, we may want to change out what these chests have in them, because maybe we want to make it a little bit better. Like, the idea is that you've got these junk items in here, and then in these middle 3 slots you've got cool stuff. Yeah. MC Zombie Slayer, I am streaming. Unless you're watching the previous stream. Maybe you're watching the previous stream and commenting anyway. I don't know. So yeah, that's the different chest types, which use the bedrock like before. But I think maybe we should change it up to have actually worthwhile items, 1 of 8 types. I think this is the same one that we just copied. This one is checking for a DS type of exactly 1 and bedrock at that height. Makes sense. No. Okay, so now if we do this, we should get the second chest with something in it. Did I mistype something? Yes. There we go. So 2 different random item chests. But we probably want to make these a bit more exciting. Because at the moment, they're pretty boring. Yeah, so lots of changing these. The third one. Yep. Like, can you imagine going into a thing and just getting that? It's a bit boring, really. I mean, you do get kind of crap in dungeons as well as loot, and there is a loot system which adds extra loot to these afterwards, but yeah, it's kind of... Maybe we should... What do you guys think? Should we put some sort of mid-level valuables in there instead? Like, fill them out with more goodies to make visiting these places better? Because I remember the hermits tackling that first dungeon when we played Hermitcraft Gamemode 4 and being a bit disappointed by the loot. So maybe we should up the quality of it a little bit. 8 sort of templates is enough to create a bit of variety to it, so that's kind of nice. We've just passed the 2-hour mark for this stream. I think I'm probably going to stop here and just do the off-camera stuff I needed to, like changing the capitalization on that spawner and filling all of this out with the correct capitalization and stuff. And we will continue this tomorrow, probably. My goal is to finish it this weekend, to have the first sort of prototype version done this weekend. So hopefully we're pretty much finished with this. I deleted an S in DS. I think that might have been quite a while ago, unless I just did that again. I think you're just a little behind on the stream.